What do sacred texts say about LGBTQ identities? Have you ever wondered what sacred texts say about LGBTQ identities? This is a question that many people grapple with, especially those trying to reconcile their faith with their sexual or gender identities. Let's take a closer look at how various religious traditions approach this topic. Sacred texts from major religions often contain passages that have been interpreted in different ways regarding LGBTQ identities. These texts were written in historical and cultural contexts that were typically patriarchal and focused on heterosexual norms. However, modern readers and scholars have found ways to engage with these texts that affirm LGBTQ people. In the Hebrew Bible, also known as the Tanakh, and the Christian Old Testament, there are a few passages that are frequently discussed in relation to homosexuality and gender. For instance, Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22 states, "Do not lie with a male as one lies with a woman. It is an abhorrence." Many traditional interpretations see this as a prohibition against male same-sex sexual activity. Similarly, Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5 forbids cross-dressing, which some interpret as a ban on gender nonconformity. These verses have historically been used to exclude LGBTQ individuals from religious communities. However, modern LGBTQ interpreters emphasize the importance of understanding the historical context. They argue that these texts do not address sexual orientation or gender identity in the way we understand them today. Applying ancient laws directly to contemporary identities can be misleading. Instead, they encourage readers to consider that ancient societies had different views on sexuality and gender. Beyond the prohibitive texts, there are biblical stories and figures that resonate with LGBTQ experiences. The relationship between David and Jonathan is a notable example. Their bond is described with deep affection and emotional intimacy, which some scholars view as a model of same-sex love. Similarly, the commitment between Ruth and Naomi, as well as the close relationship between Jesus and the disciple whom he loved, have been seen as reflecting queer experiences of love and loyalty. Jewish and Christian LGBTQ communities often reclaim these texts to affirm that all humans are created in the image of God, deserving of dignity and diversity. A rabbinic teaching compares humanity to coins stamped from one die, each alike yet unique. This idea supports the inclusion of LGBTQ identities within faith traditions. Practically, many LGBTQ individuals of faith engage with sacred texts through reinterpretation. They seek to reconcile their spiritual and sexual or gender identities by studying scripture with queer perspectives. This can involve finding role models in biblical narratives and participating in religious communities that support LGBTQ inclusion and legal protections. While some sacred texts contain passages historically used to marginalize LGBTQ identities, contemporary interpretations and community support highlight affirming narratives. This approach recognizes LGBTQ people as integral to the divine creation and religious community. It aligns with efforts to reconcile faith and identity, promoting dignity, inclusion, and legal protections for LGBTQ individuals within spiritual contexts.